Okay, so hi everyone, thanks for coming. Might as well make a start. So have your feet shoulder width apart. Sink the hips back and down, and we're just nice and tall through the head. And relax the shoulders. So I went to Bristol on Saturday. Spent the day with the Scoobas, so that was great. Really, really good seminar actually. So they do the form much faster. Well, we did it different speeds. So we started very, very slow, and then we also looked at getting faster and faster and faster. So let's so you want to sink your hips. The legs want to stay relatively still.
Which arm did you swing first?
Sorry?
Which arm? I know that sounds a strange question, but when I'm doing this, I always feel as if I'm going in the opposite direction to everybody else.
I wouldn't worry about it too much. The important thing is the arms are relaxed and you're turning your waist and feeling the feet. So you want to turn the waist. So that's this area here, and that's turning. The hips are sinking back and down. And you're just turning the waist. So you want your weight to be in the middle of the foot, and your arms want to be loose. So if you're doing this in a chair, you just have to be a bit careful of the chair, that you don't whack it too hard. So it's still the same thing. So I'm still turning my waist. So I'm turning, so I look towards one corner and then I look towards the other. Yeah, one of my friends is a Tai Chi instructor, and she managed to twist her ankle. So she's been having to teach all her last week, this week and next week's classes from a chair.
I heard my first cookie.
Oh, well done. Fantastic.
Yiquan. Yes. Lucky guess.
I will go to Yiquan and check it out. That's kind of late though, isn't it?
There's a chap who puts photos on Facebook, Chris Fowler, he put some up the other week. It's all cuckoo today.
I was put up those okay. Good. That's
that time.
Yeah. Seems a bit late. Not hugely late, but late. Yeah. Do you ever get nightingales at Yiquan? Not really.
I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know, okay. I know they used to at Paxton Pips. I used to go there just to listen to the nightingales, but they moved on.
I've heard the Bittern.
Yiquan. Right, yeah, good. Okay, the Bitten's back.
Well,
yeah.
This Berwick side, not in Yiquan.
Yeah.
Along below there.
The only time I've heard nightingales at Quigley Golf Course.
Okay. So just relax the arms more and just loosen in the shoulders and just feel that turning sensation through the body. But you want to, it's like you're turning but you're also sitting down. So it's almost like you're perched on a high chair. So the legs want to be relatively still. And we're all breathing. I think there's a cold doing the rounds, isn't there? So that's not helped with the attendance. Swifts.
Sonia's on holiday again.
Oh, Sonia's on holiday again. Okay, no. Well, we'll be carrying on till at least the end of July, and then we'll see what might carry on a couple of weeks in August as well, and then we sort of tend to have about a month off, or maybe I might continue with the Zoom thing. It depends. I mean, if there's enough interest, I'll carry it on maybe an extra week or 3 weeks in August. But I'm away on a few retreats at the end of August, early September. I've got a few. There's one in Birmingham. There's one in Reading. There's loads of things
Does
going
your
on.
partner go with you?
No, I tend to do them.
Your
He
brother-in-law
doesn't do Tai Chi with you?
Only the odd class here and there. I mean, he wouldn't, because he's not been doing it that long. Doing a whole weekend in Tai Chi, he'd probably explode. So,
Grandma away the first week in September.
okay, yeah, that's when I'm away as well. So I might even be in Wales. So I don't know. It
My
depends.
son's in Wales the first week of September.
Yeah. There's a sort of music and movement thing that I go to in Wales sometimes when I have a chance. Well, I mainly do the movement, but it's very good. And breathing. All through the head. That's better, yeah, much better. So you really want to just allow that to loosen off. 4, 3, 2, 1. So I can't really tell you much new things about silk reading. We did quite a lot of silk reading exercises, and also I've got a new one we can try out. It's very good for the back. And you can do it both in the chair and standing up, so we'll have a go at that one. And then I was noticing the way they do step back and circle arms, they're not turning their waist, well they're hardly turning it at all, actually, so that's changed since I last did it with, when I did it with Eva and she taught it to me, she was really emphasising turning of the waist. Now they're not, it's very strange how these things change, so I'll fill you in on that. And also the way Carell does his cloud hands, he's a lot less defined in his arms, so I'm going to stick with the basic for the cloud hand. Just otherwise, yeah. And shake. So that the person whose place I was training at in Bristol, he started Tai Chi in 1980 and been teaching it since 1986. So they're all very, very, the quality, really, really good quality. And his top students as well. It's really nice. Long old drive though. Like nearly
How
4
long
hours.
does it take you?
About 3.5 hours, so quite quicker than I would have thought.
I've done it in 3, but that was the outskirts of Bristol.
Yeah. No, I was near the university and there was a lovely fountain.
We did.
Sorry?
We went many years back with our boys to go
Yeah.
and have a look at the uni. Seems a long time.
And
It does seem a long time ago.
And then. So just gently loosening the body. Was the choir here last week?
No,
No.
So they're here this week possibly? I don't know.
we put the chairs away.
Yeah, we put the chairs away last week, okay.
I shall have to shoot off because
That's okay. That's
And
okay.
my tyre lights just come up, so I've got to get them checked for
Oh goodness.
because I'm coming back very late tonight, so
2
I'll know.
and 1 and the second arm up. So we just open the chest, open the chest.
I'm digging up loads of bluebells. They're the Spanish bluebells. Does anybody want any bulbs?
Yes, please. I've never turned a plant there.
They're Spanish, not English.
Does that make a difference?
Are they invasive?
Oh,
I'm throwing them away.
Are they invasive?
Yes,
Oh, maybe
bluebells
not.
are invasive.
Right, maybe not then. Because I'm digging up companion at the moment. It's just strangling everything.
So one in front, one behind.
That's why I'm digging them up. I don't mind the snowdrops, but the bluebells.
Yeah.
I've thrown them over the garden fence and let them grow in the roots.
Where do you live? Excellent. And that's.
Is it Woodlands?
Oh, I see the bottom there, right? So we've got married.
Keep breathing, very good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice and relaxing, and just let go.
I've got the belt running at the back of my garden.
You've got what?
The belt.
Oh, right, yeah.
So I just threw the bulbs and they won't take me in.
That's it. So relax the shoulders, nice and tall. Yeah, it tends to get a bit quieter over the summer anyway, but I'll put some more posters up. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then change. So just relax the shoulders, and then if you're doing this in a chair, you can do it upright, but you can also try it with a bit of a lean if you want to get a lot of more movement in the shoulders. Quite fun. You turn the waist. I also press down the feet when I'm doing this.
Did you used to know a bloke old man who came to start?
Yes. One used to live. Second one in Whitehall lived.
Keep
We
breathing.
had a son, Anthony, who died.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Okay, and change. There we go.
I've got power of attorney for him
Oh, did you?
because he got Alzheimer's.
Oh, did you? Had a Scot? Yeah. Black Scot? No.
Oh, he got shelter.
Okay, shake. Right, so here's the new one that I did with Ever and Corral over the weekend. So I'll just demonstrate it, and again, I'll do it in a chair first. Louise there. So you go like that, you go forward, and then you go back with your, actually I'll show you from the diagonal view. So it goes to the side, to the front, to the front, to the side. So you're just doing that. You're just doing that. Just let me show you what happens in a, not in a chair, because the mechanics are slightly different. And also not as big. So the chair, you can really go to town in a nice big movement. For the standy uppy people, it's a bit more subtle. So you lean that way. Now the hips go back, and then your body's like counterbalancing, and then the hips and the shoulders are counterbalancing each other. But you don't want to go, and the head's staying upright, so you're not flopping your head around either, you're keeping it, think of it as like a gentle curve, continuous curve through the spine. And we just do that for ages. So I usually do about 5 minutes on one side, and go nice and slow, and you're counterbalancing with the hips, counterbalancing with the shoulders. And this is probably too exaggerated. When I did it with the cascades, it was much more subtle than this. So see if you can get it. So you want your feet are in Wu Chi, feet are shoulder width apart, knees are shoulder width apart. And it's a nice gentle way of stretching your back. But you want to try and keep an even stretch all the way through the spine rather than one bit sticking out more than the other. That was what they said. and we keep breathing. That's the other trick. And we keep breathing. So it goes to the side. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's a big circle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now try that in the other direction. We did this for much, much longer. When I did this with the Kascubas, much longer. But we'll do it for much longer when we can actually do it. We're just introducing it today. So you want to counterbalance. That's it. Yeah, counterbalance. Soften the knees. And show from the side. I really like this exercise. I find it quite soothing. As long as you don't try and turn it into like yoga or anything, it's very, very soft. And there's a rhythm to it, and it's got a meditative feel to it as well. It's really, really nice. And it just gently eases off any back issues. Great, there we are. So that's the new one. So that was worth driving to Bristol for, wasn't it? Really nice. But when we did it, what Grandmaster Chen when he does it, I think he's semi-retired, living in China now. So his son comes over and does stuff. And there's a bit in the Chen form where you stamp your feet. And in the hall that I was at, I got pointed out the dent in the floor where Chen Yingjun stamped his feet so with such correct posture that he broke the floorboard. And there's this isn't it's not a sprung floor, so it would be very difficult to break the floor. I mean, Chen, I wouldn't be surprised if Chen Yingjun could do that. Yeah, just have a good thinking. Yeah, it's quite surprisingly hard work. It works your muscles. Works your legs. So this will help with your bone loading, for improving your bone density, just by doing this exercise. But he does 300 revolutions. So 300 of these. So one thing you've got to be able to count to 300. And then he does it 300 in the other side. And what I've noticed when I do this exercise, I'll be trying to do it more daily now, is my back feels better. But the important thing is there's no kinks. It's like if you get you've got wick and fen, if you get a big reed and then the reed just bends slightly rather than does that, you want it as a long curve. So that the spine, you're moving it, you're keeping it as a long curve rather than as a kink. So when you wanna not do this too much, and it's almost like the top of the body counterbalances the hips. So I've not been doing it that long. I will ask when I see the Kascubas, I can ask them for some tips because I'm probably not doing it quite right, which is why you want to really go easy. And if you're practicing it at home, I'll probably do 30. I've just been doing 30 because that's easy to count through each way. Each way, yeah. So I'll do 30, 1, 2, and then do 30, and then I'll get myself nice and solid in the middle, and then I'll do 30 in the other direction. And I've been finding it because I do a lot of driving these days, so I drive all over the place, and it get really stiff back. Whereas if you do these and do Tai Chi, like the silk reeling, really, really good for post-driving, and also the health dance. So I've been looking at health dance here, or introducing the idea. It's something I'm quite into at the moment. Just you do all these set exercises and then you just mix it up a bit. It's quite good. So yeah, we got a bit of a back. Do we want to do some more on the back today? Some back film?
I wouldn't mind, I've been gardening.
Gardening, yeah, I thought so. But I was thinking because of the sunshine, and we've had sunshine and rain, there probably needs to be a lot of gardening. I was noticing on the way here,
A lot of weeds.
there's loads of weeds growing up between Burwell and here, all on the side of the road. Normally it's quite flat, and there's but all this stuff because of the rain and the sun. It's made everything grow.
But it's no mow May as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
You don't cut it down.
Well, you can't because of the baby birds and all sorts of things, and you just have to let it grow. But it's just so I could assume there's lots of gardening. So let's do some ones that work back, and also we'll look at some of the silk reading. We'll look at some of the silk reading that also it's all very good for the back. Let's just start with the shoulders though. Just release the shoulders. So we just do that 1, 2, 3. So I will try and do that one. I don't know what they call it. I know it as do this. 6, 7, and 8, and then change the direction. There's a lot of Tai Chi exercises called do this. 6, 7, and I'm hoping to maybe see them on Sunday. It depends. We go the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and the other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, so next, let's do this one. You stretch up, you stretch up. So 6, 7, and 8. And then what we do is we'll do this one. You come up, turn, rotate the shoulder, and stretch over.
That one doesn't work.
And then you come up, down, up the arm, rotate and over. So this is a nice stretch for the lower back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep breathing. Fantastic. Okay. Let's do... Yeah, we'll do that one. 1. So remember, if you're in a chair, you're rotating the top of the body round. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So yeah, with the silk reeling, I've just remembered something from Saturday. They were very, very soft for the arms. Really, really soft arms. I was noticing, really light, like they were like had air in them. It was amazing. They looked amazing. It was like, you know, very, very, very soft. So we'll try that out later. So let's do polishing a table. I'll show it in the chair first, and then I'll show it diagonal view. So it's like a nice round shape. We go like this, and then we go like that, and then we come back. So I'm turning, really turning, but not too much. That's too much. You want to just turn to the corner, and then as I go forward, I'm pushing my sitting bones backwards. I push and then I'll get a kind of stretch in the lower back. Push my sitting bones backwards, and then that comes back up. Right. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, good. Okay. And then for the long chair people, the standing uppies, we go like this. We turn, and then as our hands come forward, the hips go back. So you counterbalance. So it's very similar actually in a way to that one we were doing, the 300 one. So. I suppose you could do it 10 times, and that would be a way of remembering 300, wouldn't it? That's 300, isn't it? Bless you. 30 times 10. Yeah, that's the other problem with all this. There's this pollen everywhere, isn't there? It's horrible.
Yes.
And then, yeah, I've been noticing with my eyes, I should go to the chemist and get some of that. You've got to get the stuff that doesn't make you fall asleep, though. Yeah.
And you want the one beginning with C,
The one beginning with C, okay.
not the one beginning with L.
Yeah, that's right. I'll ask the chemists know lots of things actually, they're brilliant. And one more time each side. So this is another good one for the back. And we go round. Okay, next we've got Monkey King takes a seat. So I'll show that from the diagram. It's similar in the chair, so you push the hips back and then the arms swing forward like a pendulum. And then the hands and the hips counterbalance each other. The knees are in line with the toes, and when you come back up again, you want your knees to stay in line with the toes. It's quite tempting to do this kind of stuff, to come back again. So you want to rotate in the hip joint so that the knees stay in line with the toes. And then we come up and then we settle. So settle, and whenever said, settle down and look at your kingdom first before sitting on your throne. So I guess they must have got King Charles to practice that. He was on the throne, and then he gets back off the throne, and then looks and sees all the waving people. So it was very good. And then we just go like this. Yeah, I was particularly struck by the multicultural feel to it. I thought that was nice. 'Cause
I didn't watch it.
okay. I saw bits of it. I was mainly doing Tai Chi. So, you were gardening, weren't you?
I wasn't interested.
Yes.
It was raining, so
I'm not interested.
We come back and then settle. Nice and relaxed. And you want to sink your hips, sink the hips. That's great. Just let the arms go. Just let the arms go. That's it. Let's do another one. So you should be able to feel your back. And come back. And one more time. That's beautiful. So with the let's go back to this one. Just turn your waist. Turn your waist. Breathing in and out. So, let's just do like this, and like that. So with this one, they weren't really turning so much. They're doing it more like this. So I'll turn a little bit, but they were mostly actually keeping their heads forward, rather than turning the head too much. Quite an interesting way. So I'll just do that as if we were doing that all the time. But if you feel you need to turn in order to get the movement, that's fine. So push and pull. Push and pull. Come a bit closer for the people, for the viewers at home. So all these become a video. All these become a video, and you can watch it all over again. There's 1, palms up, 2, bring the hand to the side of the head, 3, push and pull. 1, there's a slight turn, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, palms up. 2, bring the hand to the side of the head. 3, push and pull. 1, 2, let's just do one arm. 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Actually, they keep the hand more like that. When I was really watching them when they were doing this bit on Saturday, and they had more like that. But again, much softer than what I'm really soft. So really soften that arm. Really soften the arm. It's much easier one at a time, isn't it? Much easier one at a time. I'll just show you that from the side. So look, it's like this. And there's a slight turn of the waist, but it's a lot less. They seem to have really softened and made everything very subtle, so it's very difficult to tell what's going on really. Try the other side. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. This works the back a bit as well, doesn't it? 3. 1. That's good. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's it. 1, 2, 3. Just directly forwards. 1, 2. Directly forwards. 3. Okay, and then when we put them together, we got this. So let's just try that. 1. So we're just breaking it down. So you feel the shoulder, you feel the opening here and an opening here in your shoulder joint. Come back, open, come back, open, come back, open. It's like the loosening exercise we do at the beginning of the class. But instead of we're going to the front, we're turning to the front and back, rather than going out to the sides. Okay, and then we go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So turn if you need to, and then reduce the turn. So there is still a turn, it's just harder to see. Arm in front, arm behind. Arm in front, arm behind. So you want to try and control the arms. So it's economy of motion, economy of movement. So when you do the step back and circle arms, I'll just show you that from here. We're doing, so the first section of the form, they now go on to here, and then they'll stop after that. But after that, this is what it looks like. There, and they were pretty much parallel when they stepped. 2, 3. So that's what we're working towards. That's what we're working towards. But it's quite hard, it's difficult enough to coordinate the arms. So we'll do the arms and we'll do the stepping backwards separately. We'll come back to that. Let's do push away the mountain health exercise. So come up. How are we doing for time? Oh gosh. And push away the mountain. So again, we're like this, we're sitting down. So if you're in a chair, you can actually do it like this. You can push that way. So you kind of come forward and then push that way. If you want a bit more movement in the chair, you get to exercise the back of it. So let's keep pushing away the mountain. So come up, and then you push, and then you rotate here, and the hands come forward with the fingers up. But you want to keep your shoulders down. Shoulders stay down, look. Stay down. Shoulders down. So you keep your shoulders down by sinking the hips. Sink the hips. So you want to be very clear. So the feet can be forward, can be out slightly, that's fine. We're all breathing. Nice. So you want to be like this. You want to sit down. Sit down. So you want to, it's like you're sitting on a chair as you're pushing away the mountain. Like you're sitting down. Sit down and stay upright. You want to stay upright. One more time. Staying upright. Upright. That's it. Great. Shake out. It's good for the shoulders. Good for the shoulders. Have a little wiggle. Have a little wiggle. That's it. That's it. So, yeah, we'll just stick with silk reading number 1. So we did a lot of silk reading number 1 on Saturday. Really, really softened. Very, very soft. Very soft arms. That's it. You're turning your waist. Turn the waist. That's it. So think of a big circle. Relax around the jaw. Keep breathing some more, very nice. Okay, and try the other side. Again, soften the arm. Soften the arm. That's it. Yeah. So relax the shoulder. Relax the shoulder. So use your waist. Turn the waist. Turn the waist. Turn the waist. And keep your shoulders down. Shoulders stay down. Turn the waist. Shoulders stay down. And then we, both sides. Both sides. So yeah, the way Carell did this, it was a lot less defined than this. He was doing this kind of quite low down and quite at the, yeah. I think I'll just stick with the basic. This is the basic way. So you want to keep your, if I show you from this side, keep your sitting bones down. And you don't have to go as wide as me. I'm just doing that for illustrative purposes. You can do it upright, but you want to keep yourself upright. Whether you're here or here, you be upright. That's not bad. We're getting some variations. That's not bad. So watch. So it's all built up. You want to think about moving your body, turning the waist, rather than sit down. Merge your legs. Make them nice and strong. Make nice and strong. You wanna think about the body, especially in the chair. There's this turning. Remember at the beginning we were doing this exercise. It's the same thing. So you're turning that waist, and also I'm pushing down with my feet. So I'm feeling that, and then for when you're doing the silk reading. So when you're doing this one, it comes in at the bottom, out at the top, in at the bottom. Out the top. I'm turning my waist, so my arms are pretty much staying where they are. So you get into a nice position, and you want to go across and turn, across and turn, across and turn, and just really exaggerate with the arms. So feel the waist, feel your waist turn the waist, turn the waist. So you go to your right foot, turn to your right foot. You go to your left foot, turn to your left foot. You go to the right foot, turn to the right foot. Go to the left foot, turn to the left foot. Right foot, turn to the right foot. Left foot, turn to the right. Okay, let's do one arm. We'll do the right arm. I've got my left arm, but you do your right arm. So we turn, we go down. We transfer, we go across. Put your hand here. We turn, we go up. We transfer, you go across. That's good. So, especially those of you that have been doing this a while on Zoom, shoulders even, hips even. Turn, down. So we're just doing one arm at the moment. Go across, turn, go across, turn, sink, go across, turn, go across, knees in line with the toes, turn, go across, keep breathing, turn, go across. That's better. Yeah. Okay, try that with the other side. So start here. Transfer the weight. Now turn the waist, it goes down. Transfer the weight. Now turn the waist, it goes up. Transfer the weight. So you start from the middle, you go out to the side, you go away from the body, you go down. Now you transfer the weight, go towards the body at the bottom. You go up. You go away from the body. You go down. Relax the shoulders. Up. So here you want to drop your shoulders. Drop your shoulders. That's it. Now go across. Down. In. Up, drop the shoulders, shoulders level, transfer the weight, down, in, stay there, turn the waist to raise the arm, wait till you've turned, then raise the arm, start from here, turn, transfer the weight, keep the arm low, keep the arm low. Turn the waist. Now raise the arm. Turn the waist that way. Now raise the arm. Transfer the weight. Transfer the weight. Turn the waist. It goes down. Transfer the weight. Transfer the weight. Right foot, left foot, or left foot, right foot. Transfer the weight. Now turn the waist. It goes up. Turn the waist. Transfer the weight. Turn the waist. Transfer the weight. Turn the waist. Transfer the weight, both hands. Turn the waist. Transfer the weight. Turn the waist. So you're not moving your arms, you're turning your waist, you're transferring the weight. The arms are following. Transfer the weight, arms follow. Turn the waist, arms follow. Transfer the weight, turn the waist. So make sure that the direction you're going in is matching the direction I'm going in. So you want to relax, you want to turn the waist, transfer the weight. Turn the waist, transfer the weight. Make sure the direction you're going in is matching the direction I'm going in. Is this the same as this? The answer is no. You want to go away at the top, in at the bottom. Turn the waist. Away at the top, in at the bottom. Away at the top, in at the bottom. Now that's in at the top, away at the bottom. Away, in. Away, towards. Away, towards. Away, towards. Away, towards. Away, towards. Keep breathing. Away at the top. No, other way. Away at the top. That's it. Away at the top, in at the bottom. Away at the top, in at the bottom. Much better. So it's all about focusing and noticing whether what you're doing is matching or not. That's great. And you want to relax more. Relax more. We're just going to do this. Keep going. So remember, going away at the top, in at the bottom. Away at the top, in at the bottom. Better. Much better, everybody. That's it. But you want to feel your waist turning and feel your weight shifting. Much better. That was so good. We better stop there while we're...
Why does it matter? Away and in?
Because what's being shown is this. So the practice of Tai Chi is one of focused attention, and if you're doing it that way, that's a different move.
Right.
I mean, it's fine, there's nothing wrong with it, but you're trying to copy. It's like if everyone was playing a tune in the folk club and then someone else played it in the other order. Although what they were doing was correct, it's not. You want to try and copy what's being done in front of you as best as you can, because you're practicing a thing. When we do things like the health dance or Tree Qi Gong, you want to do what feels right for you. So when we're doing health dance, for example, if I'm just... So I don't know what's going to happen next. I'm just following the thing. And how I do health dance, 1 hour, is going to be different to how I do health dance maybe in half an hour's time. So that's where that comes in very, very handy. And then you can do fighting dance as well. So, in terms of silk reading, so the part of the form that happens in is wave hands like clouds. So we've just done this. So this is all fresh from Saturday, and they're doing it like this now to get into wave hands like clouds. And then we're doing that. It's that movement. It's that movement. And then the whole room, everybody's doing that. Because you're trying to practice what... You're trying to play the tune that's in front of you as an exercise of doing that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with doing it. Oh, how would that work? Oh gosh. Doing it like that. But everyone else will be doing it like that. But you can do it like that, because it's a martial art. But for the purposes of this exercise, we're all trying to do this. And then when we've done that, then we can do this one, because this is another good one that's great for... It's working the brain. And also you need to really relax. So if you do notice you're doing something different, you've got to relax enough to, 1, realise it, and 2, feel your way into the movement, rather than try and intellectually analyse the movement, looking at the arms.
Because this is what I was saying to you earlier, I always seem to be going in a different direction. I don't know why.
Yeah, well, it's a bit like if I'm learning to play the cello, and my cello teacher, she'll go and then she'll look amazing because she does Alexander, so she's a bit like it's a bit like watching a meerkat play cello. You know, she's got the nose and everything, you know, and she does all that, and then she goes, right, your turn, and then I'll do it. And it is pretty horrible, actually. But I'm aiming to sound like her. Well, no, I'm aiming to sound like me with her. But you're practicing the principles. You're practicing the principles. You've got to start somewhere. I mean, I started Tai Chi in 1995. So you've got a bit of catching up to do. So of course I'm gonna like when I was on Saturday, there were lots of people of my kind of level of teaching there. So I didn't look no different to anyone else, but compared with Corel and Eva and, what was his name, Mark, that was the head honcho, all three of those people looked absolutely amazing and made us look a bit rubbish, actually, because they were so smooth and connected and it was just gorgeous. So I'm not going to expect to look like them straight away, but when I'm there,
practice makes perfect.
Exactly, yeah. So what you do is you notice the more you practice, the better. So when you're doing this, the principles are the same, but how you look will be different to how I look, even if we're all doing the same exercise. Well, we've all got different shaped bodies. We've all had different life experiences. We're all going to look different. I mean, that was the other thing. When Mark did the Tai Chi, his single whip, how did he do it? He was more like that. And then Corel's single whip was a bit lower down. He seemed to have got very, very soft, and you can hardly see what the hell he did. But when Mark did it, it was very clear, because he goes to Chen village every year and practices with the guys in the village. And that's all they do all day. It's a bit like, what was their names? There's an Indian musician that specialises in sarod, and all his sons play it, and their sons play it, and his dad played it, and his granddad. So there's this whole family generational thing going on as well. So when Mark, and he was like this, and it just looked amazing. He was very, very clear movements, very, very clear, and they've all trained with the same people, but he looked different, Corel looked different, and Eva looked good. Corel and Eva, they're married, but her Tai Chi is much more different to look at than his, but they've looked amazing. So the principles are the same. It's like a tree. You get the root right, get the principles right, and it will look different. But you don't want to be so different you're doing a different exercise. That's what I think. But yeah. So what you do is you just sort of try and follow the recipe as best you can, but it will come out different, and then you can, it's just this is the basic way of doing it. There's loads of variations. If you watch them do the cloud hands on the internet, some are more soft, smaller. But I'm doing the basics, so that's wave hands like that. So the step back and circle arms will, just try that out. So just go to your left cat stance. If you're in a chair, just wing it. Brilliant. When we start here, and we're just giving it a go. So you bring your hand to your face. Step back. Now whenever it is, her feet will parallel all the time. I'm not that good. And then we like this. Step. So this is fresh from Saturday. 3. We'll just do 5. 4. And 5. And we will have a look at the first section. That's great. That's great. So that's step back and circle on. Walking backwards, really good for helping your back, really good for balance. Really good for balance.
Can we do that again?
Yeah. Look, we'll just do the walking backwards. Just practice moving your legs if you're in a chair, that's fine. So left cat start, we won't do the arms. So we go back, toe, heel, then transfer the weight, and try and get your feet parallel. Come up, toe, heel. Then you transfer the weight. So I'm not so good at the parallel thing. That was just a thing that I was noticing they were all doing in Bristol. So and he's the son of Grandmaster Chen. He's coming. He spends about 2 weeks in the UK a year. They're hoping to get him back, and you can train with him. And he's very, very generous teacher. And one more time. That's it. So that really works your legs. And then if we go back to doing this one, just to feel that. It's best if you do things separate, and then that's much better, yeah. So if you can't do the full movement, do what you can, and that's good enough. So pull and push. Pull and push. I'll show you from the diagonal view. So it's like this, bring that there, pull and push. 2, 3. Even if you're doing a variation, you're working your brain. You're working your brain because we're doing 2 different things with each arm. So this is really good for improving. This is one of the reasons why Tai Chi practice is so good for improving your cognitive function. That's it. So we'll basically, I think, would be a good thing to do for the next few weeks to look at wave hands like clouds, just for fun. You can even do it as a little walking exercise, and also step back and circle on, just because they're similar but different, and they kind of melt the brain. Yay, brain melting. Okay, so let's come round in a circle over here, and we're just going to go back to that one. Just right at the beginning, we just did this lovely. Now look at that, it's much looser, isn't it? Much looser. So you want the arms, really think gorilla arms. You know, like when David Attenborough, and he was looking at the gorillas, and I think he's 97 now. Brilliant.
It's amazing.
Fantastic. He still does shows and everything.
Yeah.
Fantastic problem. Really good, because a lot of the Tai Chi, they looked at the animal movements. So I'm quite interested in how things move around, and Carell every now and then will show us a video of like a grizzly bear. Look what he's doing, go up and down the tree, they do this spine thing. And then we tried it out in class, so it was really good. We just go up the spine, and they move, and there's actual kung fu styles that look at the animals and how they move. And obviously you don't act like one, but you move. There's it's quite, what's the word, ecological Tai Chi in a way, because they're looking at things like that. So we just turn in the waist. Okay, we'll do triple heater, and then we'll do embrace the tiger, return to the mountain. I'll just show. So triple heater, you go up like this with the 2, and then on the third one you go up on tippy toes, but you can keep your feet flat if your balance doesn't allow you to do that. That's great. Okay, here we go. So raise the heel a little bit, and then down. Then you go up a little bit more forward and down, so you keep your shoulders. But yeah, it was a bit like when I first started learning cello. I'd not played the cello, I hadn't been sat with my cello playing enough to be able to even know where I was going wrong. And it's a bit like that with this. You just have to keep doing it until you can do it, really. And then last time, so we do 3 lots of 3. It's called triple heater exercise, or Sanjiao. One more time. That's it. That's great. And then embrace the tiger, return to the mountains. You come up. Actually, I better face the camera, otherwise that's a bit. Yeah. So all these become a nice video you can watch all over again. as many times as that. We get some one of the videos for some reason got like hundreds of views. So we've got all these people all over the planet watching, you know, some person doing something in reach. It's amazing, isn't it? It's amazing. It's very, very international. Very international. Okay, so let's look super young today. So I usually put my glasses there because otherwise I'll forget because I can't see well enough to see where I put them. Well, thanks so much for coming. Well done. Good. And can you tell Brenda to get well soon?
Yeah, I'll have to think of that.
Great. And then polish the face. Yeah, we're missing a few. There's that cold's done the rounds.
Right, see you next week.
Take care of it next week. And then rub the hands together. And then that one's for health and longevity. That's nice, isn't it? Okay, let's do a couple more embrace tigers. Oh. This bit's nice and easy, isn't it? There you go. Yeah. Oh, hello. We're just finishing off. You can hold a minute. We're just doing the last bit. Just doing the last bit. Okay, that was perfect timing for the choir. Make a fist with the right hand, left hand over the top, feet together, and bow. Brilliant. Well done, everyone. Brilliant. Right, let's switch off the video. Thanks a lot. Well done.